right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, March 10th, 2024, on a week that had some interesting news, some great pickups, and overall it was a pretty, tame week. But at the same time, we've got some great news to talk about. But we'll get to that after we take a look at some of the deals and mail that came through the door and some of the pickups and trades that we did as well. So, number one, as always, let's start off with the trades and the deals that we got through the door. And as always, it seems like I've been moving more towards the deals and the trades rather than the full retail price. But anyways, that's what happens when you engage with each other and you build up a community. Again, always build that community up through trust. You don't want to get scammed as well. So make sure whoever you're trading with, whoever you're building that relationship with is somebody who's been hopefully verified through the community as well. So anyways, let's go ahead and start with number one. My friend Russ, you know who you are, came through and hooked me up with another one of these. I've got a couple of more ideas that I want to do with this. Number one, it never hurts to have a few more wolves. There's a couple of iconic characters that have wolves as companions or as villains. So I've got some interesting ideas to come up with, and also I want to thank you guys, everybody who's subscribed so far, has followed the channel so far. Don't forget to do that. But everybody who's done that and affirmed that what we're doing here is fun, always trying to keep it positive. Again, as I've always said, if you got a frown on your face, or if this stuff is keeping you up at night, then you're doing it wrong. This is a hobby and it's supposed to keep us happy. It's supposed to get us away from the world for a little bit and kind of entertain us and let our imaginations run wild, right? So what I wanted to say as a part of this, customizing and fodder that I've been doing and putting together, that Charlie Brown, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've put I'll have the Charlie Brown link somewhere that, in the description or in this video. But I did a custom last week of basically an apocalyptic Charlie Brown, right? Go check it out. It's fun. I got a lot of great feedback from it. I'm doing some of them. I'm not going to do all of them. I think I've got some great suggestions. And again, I'm doing this as fun. I think I'm going to do Lucy or Linus next. I don't know. We'll see. And I might do a Scooby. You guys had some great ideas. And I won't do all of your suggestions. But again, I'm doing this for fun. Nobody's getting paid for this. This is just, kind of showing you what you could do with some of the stuff that's out there. Your imagination is your limit. So, you have none. So anyways, back to the pickups. What I found also in store, and I picked up 4 of these, and you guys saw my video yesterday, because I'm going to do something with these little creatures, and that is these little guys right here. I picked up 4 of these, $8.39. At this price, yes, this is the price that I will pick it up. Even at $12. $12 is the right price for this. I don't care about all this other banana-ness that you try to justify this $27 price point. Now, Hasbro, you've learned all of the stuff that you're making with this as a 20-something odd is not going to sell. So you need to get it down to sub $20 price. This is just insanity. For $8, it's a no-brainer. For $12, it's a good buy. For $15, still a good buy. $20, you're starting to push it. Anything above $20, we're just going to leave it on the shelves. But I picked up 4 of these, so that's that. I also saw another shipwreck out there. Like I said, I'm going to keep using these shipwrecks for some custom fodder. This bottom part down here is just a civilian body. The head is a good head sculpt. But yeah, this is some great custom fodder. And for $14, you can't beat it. You just can't beat it. Picked this up from, I believe, Bobby Valaverse store. He's having a sale out there. So why not? Picked another Sgt Slaughter up. And then these 2 came from, I believe, Big Bad Toy Store. One was damaged, so pretty damaged, which makes no, again, I am an inbox collector, but for these particular ones, This is just fodder, and I really like his Sgt Slaughter's outfit here on Action Force, because this is going to make for a great CIA type agent type guy, because he's got that coat. The head I can just pop off and put somebody else's. So I got a couple of these, so I'm excited about that. Also, I told you guys about Bowser. He's out there, and I picked him up once at Target. I ended up giving him away or trading him away to one of my friends. But then I found another one, and this one I picked up for sure, 16 bucks, and he's got that flame effect. No brainer, no brainer, 16 bucks. All right, now we're moving on to just the regular, well, somewhat regular price stuff. This week's pickups were, I guess, there weren't that many, a little less than usual, but nonetheless, there's still quite a few. So here we go. Number one, I picked up, now, I've made a personal commitment to myself to pick up all the Xmen 97 wave from the store. So I will not, there was only one of them that I had to pre-order that I was like, I cannot miss this one because I really like the way he looks, and that is Nightcrawler. Look how Amazon, and he came in a box. So this is what Amazon shipped me in a box. Good thing I wasn't going to keep them on the card. The next one I'll buy, hopefully will be minty, but this is a mess. Thanks, Amazon. So yeah, I'll be opening this one up. Nightcrawler is the only one that I kind of cheated on, but I'm still going to try and find a minty one out in the streets or out in the store while I'm hunting. That'll be fun to look forward to. I also picked up a rock and roll. For some reason, Walmart had them on clearance, 16 bucks. Boom, pick them up all day. So rock and roll makes a great base body. Just a great soldier for a base body. That head, that helmet, those weapons, just all of it. Just a great soldier. I also got this from Big Nerdy because Big Bad Toy Store ran out before I could pull the trigger on it or order it. I kind of just kept hemming and hawing on it and just forgot about it. I said, I know I have some of those Mayfix characters up there. So I had to go check. And by the time I got around to it and checked a few days later, Big Bad had just run out of stuff. But Big Nerdy, thank you so much. Came through. Bam. Carnage. Mayfix. I missed out on the first go round, but I wasn't going to miss out this time. Next thing we picked up, this one I found at Walmart. I had a little bit of the, got permission to use, I say permission. The reason I say that is because most of the money and coupon things that we earn, my wife tends to hold on to those or figure out how to spend those best. And so, I asked if I could use some of it to pick up one of these guys, the Night Force Tunnel Rat. She said, go ahead, spent $16 on it, paid for the rest of it in those, bonus bucks or whatever Walmart gives you. So, and finally, this was interesting. I got this one from Hasbro, Pulse. I really like this particular set. And I saw it pop up. I think it sold out once or twice, but then I saw it pop up again and I ordered it. I was a little bit concerned with this delivery because I looked on the bottom and from Hasbro, this was open. And I was like, I hope Hasbro's not sending me returns. I hope I don't get salt shakers. Don't worry, it wasn't salt shakers. I guess if there's one place that you can trust is if you get it directly from Hasbro. I don't think I've ever been let down there for getting the wrong figure. I've been let down there for quality control and stuff that breaks or stuff that it's always been the right figure, but sometimes it's a QC issue on them. And the final thing that I got through the door mostly pulls on my heartstrings. And that's because I saw him as a younger adult. I saw him, was I an adult with this thing? It feels like I was right in that transition between, growing up and still being a teenager. It feels that way. I don't know exactly when this particular figure came or this particular character came on the scene, but anyways, I remember playing him on the arcades every now and then. I think he was on the arcades. I'll have to go and check, but I remember the clown being on there, and that's Doy the Clown. I don't collect these particular figures. Only if they tug at my nostalgia strings, and this one does. So that's why I picked them up. I dig it. You know, I'm just going to put them up on the wall somewhere and look at them fondly every now and again. So that's what I have for this week, guys. Let's get on to the news. Let's check it out. All right. Well, some of the best news that came out this morning, this Sunday, and I'm going to get this out early because hopefully they still have some out there and they're not sold out, but it looks like Target is finally flushing out those old Joes that just sat on the shelves forever and sat at their warehouse maybe forever. Target has just released the Kraken on these things, you know, 8, 9 Ross prices on some of them. They're just, well, not quite, but close. So if you're not scoring at a Ross, or you don't have a Ross nearby you, I think this is the best you're going to get. Head on over to Target. They had a bunch of classified Joes on sale. The Trouble Bubble the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble was on sale. I don't know how much longer it's going to go for. I know they had a few other great characters on sale as well. Go get them. So there's that. The other thing I want to talk about, and just briefly, I don't know why. I'm glad that we're getting the Vamp. Number one, the Vamp is a thing. It's shipping out. It's going to probably get charged tonight or tomorrow night, because March 12th is the day that it ships out, supposedly. And I'm happy about that. However, as any person who's ever served, and any person who is, involved with the military or likes to collect military things, the Humvee, I don't care what you say, and I love Valaverse. I love what G.I. Joe's doing. I love what everybody's doing, and we're going to get a little controversial here. I don't care what vehicle you use. If it's a Jeep, if it's a Rizvani, or if it's the made-up Vamp. Nothing is more iconic and quintessential to the modern military, American military, or, for that part, the NATO military, as the Humvee. Nothing. It just is not. And I wish that Hasbro would just make the doggone Humvee. Just make the Humvee already. But I can't sit around and wait for that to happen. So in one of my weak moments, I had a little bit of money that I had been saving up from or had earned from some of the, kind of like, inventory that I have of figures, all these figures that no longer bring me joy. I don't like to look at, or I know I'm not going to open, whatever. Somebody else can have them. I sell them for fair value on eBay, or I trade them, or whatever. But I put out some of those. I got some money for those, and I took some of that and I picked up the Integi, I don't know what it's called, HGP 408. I'm going to review that because what I've seen, I think Tony, who's associated with Valaverse, Tony does some great, I think he's a former veteran for Australia, does some really great reviews, but I think he's the only one who's ever kind of really gone into some depth about how they fit into the line or how they look like. But I don't think I went out there and tried to find somebody else who's done a review on how these fit with the classified line, and I couldn't find anybody who's just gone deep dive in it. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, these vehicles are, this particular RC vehicle, highly expensive. Just go out there and look. I'm glad that I was able to take some of this money, again, budget appropriately. I was able to take some of this toy money that I had saved up, or gotten this vehicle. I'll do a review on it. I'm looking forward to it. It should be here sometime next week. I'm going to immediately crack that thing open and take a look at it. We'll also do the Vamp. We'll put it alongside it as well. Definitely excited about that. I think it's going to be a tremendous addition to the G.I. Joe collection, right? Anyways, loving it. So, next thing we got to talk about, and this is something that I'm just going to stop harping on it, but I have to mention it one more time. McFarlane, stop with these doggone statues. Just stop. I'm trying to save your company right now. These are just statues. Who wants these? Who wants these 6-inch statues? Who 7-inch, 6-inch, whatever they are. Who wants statues? If I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. But these things usually end up in the dustbin at the bottom at a Ross somewhere. So I'm definitely going to be playing the long game on these things, and I'm probably not even going to buy them from Ross. So I'm looking forward to the Fallout game, or the Fallout movie series that's going to come out, I think from Netflix or Amazon, one of the two. But look, let me just remind everyone, does everybody remember the color top skiers of war? These were statues, little mini statues. This JD Phoenix, this JD Phoenix statue. Anybody remember that? It was junk. It laid in the bottom of the bargain bins forever. Anybody remember this Walking Dead Rick Grimes figures? These Walking Dead figures, again, at the bottom of the Goodwill bargain bins forever. Anybody remember these things? Again, I know I'm gonna get some heat for this, but for me, the Cowboys have always been my team. The Cowboys and the Dolphins, because I grew up in Florida for a little while, then I grew up over here in Texas, or DFW, and the Cowboys were also my team. But even Emmitt Smith, just these things, they're worthless, and nobody wanted these little statues. I guess some people wanted them, but some people were like, get them out of here. Same thing happened with well, even if they are articulated, look what happened with starting lineup, McFarland. You're selling to the wrong crowd. I don't know how to get through his thick skull. The last example, Titanfall 2, this Blisk figure. Anybody remember what happened to these statues? At the bottom of the freaking junk poo-poo bargain bin. Stop, McFarland, stop. Go do articulated figures. That's what we want. We don't want this junk. Stop it. You've ruined your company once. Anyway, we're moving on. We're going to move on. Again, trying to stay positive. McFarlane can do what he wants to do. I'm just trying to help him so that hopefully he can continue to release some decent DC figures for us. He's doing a pretty good job with those DC figures, although I don't sometimes appreciate the little manipulations he does on the platinum stuff and all that, and the what they call the digital figures that he puts into the figures to charge us $10 extra. Just buy my toys. So anyways, the other thing that's kind of funny before we get into all the news that happened is the Mad Hatter. I watch his channel every now and then. He got his flip ore funded. I didn't back it, but I thought it was a hilarious idea. I thought it was funny. I got a good kick out of it. I didn't back it though, but if you did, congratulations. I mean, it's good fun. It's poking fun at the guys who sometimes scam us, and not scam us, but sometimes weasel us out of some dollars. So a good poke fun at them, a good inside joke to the community. But great job, Mad Hatter. You got it done. So the other thing I want to talk about, again, a lot of this is G.I. Joe related. We caught a glimpse of the G.I. Joe adjacent. We caught a glimpse of the Valaverse released some of the shots of the Mrzvani, or the Vanguard drivers. They look great. I'm really excited for them. Glad to have them. Bring it on. Love it. I ordered mine. I ordered it straight from Valaverse because that's the better deal if you really think about it. You get more stuff out of there, and you get to support a great company. So love what Valaverse has been doing lately, and I love the product that they've been putting out. So go get you a Vanguard. The other thing that I want to talk about is the night. So this is something I really want to talk about real closely here. Is I think, in my opinion, this is the proper use of an exclusive. This is what you would do for an exclusive, and this is a good way to do it. Here is a figure, Shockwave, with his what is this? Night Pursuit bike. All of this is reissue, but it's all done in a different deco, and it's optional to have it or not, really, if you're a G.I. Joe kind of collector, right? It's not absolutely critical because we already have all these things. But at the same time, if you're into it, then yeah, you can purchase it. I hope it does well, but at the same time, I think this is one of the ways that is actually a good idea to do. All reuse, all optional. We've already had these figures before. All of this has been out there. We're just kind of redecoing it, and I think this is a fantastic way to do exclusives. I applaud Hasbro for doing it this way. Thank you. I will be getting one. So anyways, we already talked about the Vamp, and I'm excited for it, and I'm going to compare it up to the Humvee that I actually purchased online. Hasbro, just go ahead and get the license from GM already. Come on, let's just get the license so that we can have a cool vehicle, awesome vehicle for our Joes, man. So anyways, a quintessential vehicle for our Joes. Still digging the Vamp though. I think it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, like I said, March 12th, right around the corner. I've also got notified by Hasbro Pulse that these guys will be shipping soon. I could have gotten these from Big Bad, but I decided to stick with Amazon and Hasbro Pulse. I'm not in a big hurry to get these. The Infantry 60th Anniversary Soldier. Great figure, looking forward to it. Should be shipping very soon, according to Hasbro Pulse. I've already got the Recon Diver. I just never did a review on it because I was busy with other stuff, and I saw everybody else doing a review on it. So I didn't know if you guys wanted my spin on it or not. If you do want me to do a review on it, I'll be glad to do it. Just leave it in the comments, and we'll crack it open, and we'll do a review on it. I love my Joes. You're not gonna upset me if you want me to do a review. Let's do it. The other thing that we wanted to talk about was, oh yeah, McFarlane's coming out with these, I don't know, Build-A-Figure pieces, and we'll talk about the Build-A-Figure next year. Here's a Green Lantern. I do not know in particular who this Green Lantern is. I don't remember him. Again, I remember Hal Jordan and what's the other one's name? The Guy Gardner. I don't know who this particular Green Lantern is. Looks cool, but I probably won't be picking them up because I have no connection to this version of Green Lantern. I do know that Green Lanterns die. You know, they're soldiers, and, you know, when they get beat up in battle or they, you know, get, you know, overcome by an enemy, they're mortal. They pass away, and the ring goes to the next worthy person. So, you know, 100% plausible that this is another Green Lantern, but I have no real attachment to this particular version of them. So the next one that came up is this the Batman Green Lantern, or Batman Green Lantern. What am I talking about? This Batman here, I mean, who's surprised by it? I don't know. Again, I didn't do a lot of research, and I want to again say, guys, a lot of us who do these shows or these YouTube things, we're not professionals, we're amateurs. So excuse us if we don't have great, huge production value, or sometimes we get a couple things wrong. We're doing this to engage everybody and to have fun and to bring the community closer together. This particular Batman I like because he reminds me of like the you know, the toys from that era, the 80s era toys. Not the Super Friends Batman, but like the black and yellow toy Batman that was released a while back. So I might pick this one up. It doesn't surprise me. And then there's this blue Superman. I think he's from Avatar. I don't know what the heck is going on here. This is what? I'm not buying this Superman. I don't know. I just don't care for him. And then you have this Aquaman who I vaguely remember. This particular version of Aquaman, nah, not for me either. Ultimately, if you collect all those, what you end up getting is Plastic Man. Now, I do remember Plastic Man because he had a show, and I used to love watching that show, the Plastic Man show, because he was a combination of comedian, almost like a Deadpool, like a comedian and a superhero all in one, but kind of was joking around and never took anything seriously. I dug that type of comedy. So, and that kind of superhero is just crazy, man. So I do dig this Plastic Man, but I will not be picking up this whole wave just to build him. I like him, but I don't like him that much. So, all right. Next thing we got here is some more Warhammers from McFarlane. I think he's doing a great job with these. See, that's why I'm trying to help McFarlane stay in business. Get away from that evil statue business. It's just draining your resources and money, McFarlane. I really, really like this new Gene Stealer, this new Blood Angel, and I think that's an Iron Warrior from the Chaos faction. I'm digging this whole new setup here. I'll definitely be getting the Blood Angels because the Blood Angels is one of my core chapters that I played. Chaos, Iron Warrior, I might, and definitely the Gene Stealers. You can never have enough Gene Stealers. I love those guys. Those are kind of like troop builders, right? Tyrannid Gene Stealer, I believe is what they're called. Next up is the Home Alone gang. I think this would be a great display for Christmas, but I don't know if I'm going to pick these up or not. I just, they pull at my heartstrings, so I thought I'd show them to you. NECA's putting them out. I don't know what the date is for those to come out, but they've already been, I guess, solicited out there. So there you go. And then Tigra. Pre-orders start in March. End of March. I'm looking forward to this figure. I will definitely be getting it. I was disappointed with the articulation of the, what was his name? The one previous to this. I forgot. But anyways, the release previous to this, that's what happens when you get older, guys. Sorry about that. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put a picture of the previous release here. But anyways, this particular character is probably going to have the same level of articulation. So I don't know. I'll reserve judgment till I get it. But I really liked Frank Frazetta. I still like Frank Frazetta's work. It inspired me as a child. I have a great fondness for his artwork, and I want to support his family and just show him that they meant a lot to me. So regardless of whether it articulates like a Mafex figure or not, I will be picking this up because I feel some kind of way about that family and that, the love that I have for having brought that creativity into my mind as a youngster. So also I see that 5K Toys has solicited the Not Deathstroke Death Nail. Looks great. Looks like a great figure. I don't know if I'll be picking it up, but he does look great. $75. I think it's pre-ordered already. You can start pre-ordering it now. Now I'm going to get controversial one more time. And I know a lot of my fellow YouTubers absolutely adore this particular brand or this particular set of figures. I don't harbor any ill will to them. I mean, I wish them all the greatest luck. They just never did anything for me. They never inspired me. They never reached into my heartstrings. They never nostalgia'd me. I don't know. They just weren't, I don't know. They looked really cartoony to me. Very cartoony. And I'm not down with cartoony. I'm more down with fantasy and science fiction. Every now and then something that's cartoony will pull at me, but that's because it's pulling at my kid nostalgia. And again, I don't want to get everybody's feathers in a ruffle, but what I'm talking about and what I'm really not super keen on is animals. What is this? Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I'm like tepid with them. I'm like, meh. And I know everybody's going to freak out. They're the most amazing thing since sliced pizza. You're insane. Hear me out. I told you, not everybody's opinion is going to vary. So if you were absolutely agog or in love with these things, then that's fine. It's okay to continue being that way. But they never did anything for me until they started. I saw their second wave. I believe this is their second wave. King Hannibal. He looks pretty good. Here's a picture of him. He looks actually pretty neato. Still a little cartoony, but he looks good. He looks good. I don't know about that articulation, though. The articulation is probably subpar. But, I mean, and to me, again, articulation to me, something on a Mafex level is fantastic. And again, Mafex hasn't always done fantastic, but something to that level is at a minimum, you have to be at a G.I. Joe level articulation to me to be good, really good. But these guys seem to have a lot of single joints. But how would I know until I get it in hand? So we'll see. But I really like King Hannibal. I really, really like Boone, which I just saw recently pop up. I really like this little fox cyborg looking dude. And I also like this Grimes. this dog, this bulldog looking thing, unlocks at $160,000. I don't know if I'm going to buy these, but I do know that if Big Bad puts them up for pre-order, I probably will pull the trigger on it. But I won't back I won't back the Kickstarter. But I will probably pay a premium to get them through Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know why. Maybe I will back the Kickstarter this time, but I just don't need all those other figures. I mean, maybe I can. I haven't even gone that deep into the Kickstarter. Maybe you can choose which figures you like, but I don't like all the other figures that come, you know, if you're going to back the Kickstarter, then you need this. I don't want to do all that. I just like what I like, and that's it. But anyways, definitely dig these particular 3 figures. Again, I didn't think they were anything special when they first came out. Matter of fact, I ignored them on purpose because I thought they were cartoony and goofy looking. But again, your opinion should vary, and it doesn't have to be like mine. So, all right, guys. Well, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We're having fun here growing the channel. I'm going to be customizing some more stuff. I'm going to be reviewing a lot more stuff when it starts hitting the doors here for G.I. Joe stuff. We're going to get back into the reviews. We're going to talk about why I like him. We're going to talk about what Hasbro did well. We're going to talk about what's not done well with the articulation, the design, or the, you know, all-around quality of these figures when they come in the door. Join me, won't you? So, anyways, thanks for watching. If I've inspired, if I've informed, if I've, amused you, let's have a like and subscribe. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.